So my name is Cassandra. I am an administrative support manager, working for a relatively small company. I think we have like less than 20 employees. And the Confluence app, I would say probably a 4 out of 5 rating. Before Confluence, I pretty much was just texting back and forth to the owner of the company. That's who I work directly under. And she's the clinical director, she's the administrative director, she's just pretty much the entire head of the company. And it was texting and emailing back and forth, and the emails and the texts would get lost amongst each other. And it was just very complicated to have to go through and refer back to, find emails and refer back to text messages that were sent, weeks and months prior to really try to keep track. We tried an Excel sheet, we tried writing things down, and somewhere along the line, things would just get convoluted or complicated because she would try to edit things on the spreadsheet. There would be a complication with me being able to share the spreadsheet, or the editing permissions would change for some reason. And so with the Confluence app, she was able to, we both had direct access to the app, and it was just us two. There was no, she was locked out of it, or she couldn't gain access, or we needed to get a new password for it. It was just, she always had direct access, and I always had direct access. And she could edit things, change things right from there without complications. And then I would see those changes, and I would be able to check things off as I go. So it was really easy to keep track of. And it made our communication and process much more streamlined and much easier to accomplish. We chose Confluence, just kind of winging it and hoping. We were, shooting in the dark and just grabbing different apps. We researched on Google, apps that could help us, and that was one of the ones that popped up. And it was really just a let's try it and see what happens. And it ended up working out really well. It was relatively easy. It was slightly confusing at first, but it was very quickly much easier to understand. Just initially, I think onboarding with any sort of app or new technology is going to be slightly confusing, but it was definitely less confusing than the majority, I would say, than everything else that we've used. And it was easy to get into it. I don't know. It was hard at first, or not hard. Sorry, it was complicating initially, but not overly complicating. It's just as confusing as any new product would be. But as soon as we got the flow of it, it was fine. I would personally say that it doesn't cost anything, and it's it's not that challenging to figure out. And for me, it streamlined the process, and for the company, it streamlined our processes. So it's not going to hurt anything to try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And if it does, great. You're not any worse off if it does or doesn't work. So.